think we're feeling a little bit lucky today with number 7. Sure, guys, smash the link crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't make and miss out on more awesome content. Wow, number 7, Lucky Straight. Yeah. Why is this card over one of the biggest price points I've seen in years? Well, it's because the new Raise Moon deck can actually make this. It is 3 level 7 monsters. Detach material from this card, roll a 6-sided dice twice, and this card's attack becomes equal to the larger number rolled times 700. Then, if you rolled exactly a 7, you can apply one of these effects. You can send all other cards on the field to the graveyard, or you can source summon a monster from your hand or from either graveyard, or draw 3 cards and then discard 2 cards. Now, it's not a crazy payoff, but you can definitely tell that people were pretty excited for this. People were willing to spend $35, $39, $29 a copy over the last 24 hours, pushing this card up to, I think, one of the biggest extremes I've seen. Now, this card does have other versions. It does have a Star Pack version, which is also conveniently located down here at $96 a copy. Or you can just buy one for Portuguese for like $5 plus $11. This is absolutely a crazy card to see gaining value in today's market. But that's just how the cookies crumble for the numbers. Speaking of numbers that have been going absolutely crazy, number 76, Harmonizer Gradielle, is another one to consider. It's 2 level 7s. It also, this card's attribute is treated as each of the attached materials attributes. And this thing can't be destroyed by battle with a monster with the same attribute, but also can't be destroyed by the activated effects of your opponent's monsters with the same attribute. That's also pretty important. But once per turn, you can target a monster in your opponent's graveyard. Detach material from this card if you do attach that targeted card to this card as a material. So it can actually mode change through its attributes, making sure that, you know, depending on what the opponent has down, you can find that safety net and actually kind of feel a little bit protected. These are currently at the $10 mark right now. I don't really think I personally don't think it's crazy to be picking this up, but also, to be fair, this card only has one printing all the way back from Battles of Legend Heroes Revenge. So this is already a card that was kind of decently okay to deal with in the marketplace. So seeing that, you know, we got a flip-flop happening here, I guess, is to be, you know, seen. Now, Pot of Desires. First of all, there's been a big topic of conversation right now with Desires just being a good card in the deck for these innovators, being able just to bridge on through, generate some massive advantage, set up your graveyard, and then congratulations, you know, you've got your tool set of things ready to go. Like, you've already found all of your pieces, you're just off to the races. The pot collections themselves still sealed are like $265 and some change. The World Championship prize pack ones, these are 45s. Alties are light plays about 33s. QCRs are about 26 to 27. The pot collection ones themselves are about 40. I actually think that this is the most expensive version of Pot of Desires right now. We also do see secrets coming in at about $8 on market price. Collector's rares are about 7s. The platinum secret rares are about 3 to 4. Looks like secret rares from 25th Rarity Collection are 2 to 3. And it looks like PCRs are about sub $2 a piece. All things considered, I mean, like, the thing you're looking at with this card is just, you know, what foil version do you want to play to make the deck look extremely nice? Toon Chaos Rares are 25 cents. The good news is, like, Pot of Desires has been literally printed into oblivion. You shouldn't be having a problem picking up a version of this to, you know, it shouldn't impact your wallet necessarily too much. Like, that's the one good thing with having so many reprints. Zealantis has been absolutely and utterly blown off of the market. This is actually fascinating to me. First of all, it's a QCR. Second of all, it's the same thing that we have for the, you know, Hydra Drive Dragon. You know, it's a big additional line of text you can slap onto an already existing link for that gets you basically a full field wipe of things, and then it all just kind of returns on back to the field. It's nothing really too crazy to say the least. But seeing that, you know, people were reporting this card was $10, yeah. All of your $10 listings got obliterated off of the market. There are none left to be sitting here and looking at. So I'm not surprised, honestly, at all. This is just, once again, one of those cards that you look at and you go, oh yeah, I understand why this card's worth it. It's just good application. Toon Dark Magician Girl Sneak Preview 2. First of all, good job to the people that have been going crazy for this card. I am honestly, like, surprised at how much a Toon Dark Magician Girl has fundamentally found itself to be worth. You got mod plays on the market at 30s right now, and then we eventually start to trick up. Looks like you are looking at about $100 a copy right now on near mint copies of these. Now, is that good or bad? It's not amazing. I'll be the first one to tell you that. I think that's way more money than somebody's gonna want to be spending on these, but yikeroos, man. And the crazy part is, like, your highest near mint that has sold on the market on TCG is $50. They've been getting bought out slowly over time, but yeah, interesting. Deceptions of the Sinful Spoils. With Rolad being the continued meta-dominant monster that we've been seeing throughout, you know, kind of time here, we've been tracking this card going up in price. Right now, you're about a solid $10 a copy, which isn't anything like too spicy, but I mean, obviously, you know, they're starting to go up $12, $13, $14, and eventually, you know, they do continue to push up. Now, the other version of Deceptions, kind of in the same boat, but both of them have 26, 29 listings available. These aren't necessarily going too crazy for what they are. They're just cruising on along and absolutely doing what you would expect them to do. Existing. Old video game promos. This is something that has become a more modernized segment to enjoy here. The Red Eyes Black Metal Dragon from Forbidden Memories. Near mint. This is going to be the nicest rarity that you can actually look at and find right now. $224 is lowest. There's one here with a picture. Another one with a picture. Obviously, always check the pictures. That corner looks a little bit scuffed, though. I don't like that as near mint. But we actually have a sale at $210, another at $209. They're rare and in between, but it's one of those things that, you know, we do actually get to see movements moving through some of these rarer high-end cards. It's not one of those cases that it's like, oh, okay, you know, we wash our hands with it and call it a day. No, there are reasons why these cards actually have been doing very, very well in the marketplace. They're collectors. This one also peaked up on the top of best-selling. Sacred Beast released. Who came through here and bought some absurd amount of these is what I am curious about. Where's this card actually just getting that is amazing numbers of sales. You had 48 from one person, 20 from another, 13 from another. Looks like this card's just being penny stonked. Very, very much so. And there's also the fact that, honestly, looking at the older formats, or excuse me, looking at Genesis right now, there are a lot of really weird things happening in Genesis format that need to be discussed right now. I'm not going to do that in today's Market Watch because that seems like a topic for tomorrow. But seeing Sacred Beast released, getting picked up in large quantities, this deck is extremely budget. All right, you got to think about the fact that when people see cheap Yu-Gi-Oh cards, they jump at the opportunity to want to play these things. That's exactly what we've been seeing here with this. So another interesting topic of conversation with things moving on around in today's market, which is pretty interesting. This weekend, Sleeve Chief is going to have the Night Blossom binder and deck box. And if you look at how nice that deck box looks, that is going to be gorgeous. I think this is probably going to be one of my favorite deck boxes they've actually made. It's an incredibly generic concept as well. So it's not something that, you know, is going to have an anime character tied to it. It'll be something that you'll be able to enjoy just as a collector of this sort of stuff on the side, which is actually what we want to be seeing. So please, you know, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. I'll see your beautiful faces back here in day, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.